Hello, playback people. Hello, replay people. Let me see. Let me pull it up on my phone. I can't believe I'm on time. I am on time. Who knew? Hello, three people that are here. Let's see. Hey, London girl. Ah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just going to do a little mental health check in. There's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff. Hey, Clancy. Hey, Missouri country girl. There's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff. And hey, Hush. Hey, Witchy. So we're just going to, JR, hi. Even if it's just that you're not alone, you could sit back. True Blue, hello. And sit back and realize you're not alone. Sometimes, I guess nowadays, mental health is normal. Hey, nay, nay. So I'm going to have an open panel. Hey, Mona. And if you want to share, you can. If you don't, you can. I think like I said, we all have a lot more in common than we do. Not, I should have ironed this shirt. Now that's going to bother me that I should have ironed it. Damn it. First world problems, right? First world problems. Hey, Aussie. I probably should. My earring fell right out of my head. My earring fell out. Hey, Prissy. There we go. Carrie, my love. You have a good day at work, Carrie. You have a good day at work. I loved watching the video of you with Mr. Haim. Not Mr. Haim. Mr. Feldman. Hello, Hannah. Oh, she saw it. Carrie, she saw it. Hello, Donna. She saw it. Hey, Sage. Yeah, he finally made it live. And I'm so sober. Hey, Quirky. I had you know what? I don't know how many shots I had last night, but guess what, y'all? I did not get sloppy. I didn't have a hangover this morning. Pop right up. Hey, 10 cups. Tammy, hi. Oh, welcome. I hope we don't disappoint. Monchichi. You're riding with your daughter to Dallas. 67. Oh, Lord. We cannot listen. Yesterday, we got 4 inches of rain. And then it cleared up today. Hey, Sammy. Hold on. My chair is on my chair is on my curtains. And it was supposed to be beautiful today. Not so much. Pirate actually got snow. Sammy. Oh, Sammy, that's my business. I will either make you laugh or make you think. And maybe sometimes I make you think. It is snowing. Yeah, Pirate got like 2 inches. It was 72 there, and then last night or whatever, this morning it snowed. But it's not sticking. So it's been snowing all that. I love the first snow. Hey, Rain. Girl, I love the first snow of the year. Lisa, AK Crimes and Fashion, said to tell you hello. I love her. I love when Crimes and Fashion starts alive, or as she starts to walk to that chair, it kills me. We have snow moving into Donna. Now listen, Donna, you live in Ohio. I'm coming to Ohio again. End of December, I think it's December 28th through January 3rd. How close are you to Cincinnati? You've never seen snow? You've never seen snow. Oh, I hate the cold too. I like the kind of snow that it's like real heavy and then it just doesn't stick to anything except for grass and trees. I love that. Hey, Brantley, my sweet love. Hope everybody's having a good day. I hope. Things come up faster on my phone. Hey, Whistledown. Oh, Brantley. I'm just an old lady with earrings. Hey, Crystal says so. Irish Dragon Lady, I love you. Well, Irish Dragon Lady, why didn't you tell me when I went last year? I'm on the shore lake. Oh, okay. Irish, we could have met. Oh, you live in, yeah, you're not going to see snow. True blue. You're not going to be seeing snow. No. No, you're not. It can be beautiful and it can be a pain in the ass. I am a beautiful old lady with earrings. That's just it. With spackle on. I didn't put as much. I did put a little foundation on and some mascara. So I'm not so scary. Yeah, meet up at Don's. Well, I met Sunbury Housewives and Stephanie Green when I went last time, and oh my god, that was such a treat. You're crazy? Well, come on, have a seat. Oh, well, thank you, Sammy. You know what? You know those? I don't have it down here. You know those hey nigga, those rolling things with little spikes on them that you're supposed to roll up and down your face. I've started using that. Perhaps too vigorously at sometimes. It might be a little bit too vigorous. And they'll stop. Thank you. Y'all stop. I started doing that. And when I used to have my BoxyCharm, I canceled my BoxyCharm. And you would get all these different skin products. So, I mean, it's like the combination of all of them work. I don't even know. I don't know. I've got to sign back up for that because it breaks my heart every single month. I don't get it. But I'm trying to. Hey, Miss Donna. Somebody's going to come down here in a minute. It's going to be Catherine. I'm telling you right now. I've been down here. Nine minutes. She's going to come down here in a minute. It's a BoxyCharm is what it's called. And you pay like 20. I think they went up on the price, but it used to be about $20 a month. And they would send you a box of full-size products. And like, you have to check what you like and your skin color and all that. It could be makeup brushes. It's usually a palette, a eyeshadow palette in there. There's hair care. There's a set. I mean, you can just sets of like tweezers or you never know what you're gonna get in there. But they're all full size, not like Ipsy. Ipsy gives you little like sample size, but BoxyCharm gives you the real ones. You on your phone, forgive me. Oh, Prissy, we're gonna forgive you. But it's like, like I said, it was $20, and I think it was I think I canceled it right before we went to the beach in August or so. I don't know. I thought it was going to make a huge difference in finances, but it did. I mean, every time I say BoxyCharm, I cry. You got hit by a falling airplane. See, Monchichi, this book. Hey, just a sub. Monchichi, this book. You're going to love it. Avery, I love you. Hello. I am plowing through it, but Monchichi, there is not a page in this book that is not interesting. If y'all don't know, I do Saturday night murder mysteries, right? And sometimes it's a mystery. We don't know who did it. Or sometimes I do Saturday night murder mystery, accident, suicide, or murder. They're always older cases. They're not new. And we've done Marilyn Monroe, we've done the Fort Worth trio, the spring. I mean, we've done a lot of these. Not as many as I'd like to do. So the next one, and then on my members only, I'm going to start doing mini mysteries that don't take 2 hours to explain. Just a mini mystery. But the next show is going to be Saturday Night Murder Mysteries, Accident, Suicide, or Murder, and it's going to be the Dorothy Kilgallen case. You don't know who Dorothy Kilgallen is, and you probably don't. She was a absolute trailblazer in television, radio. She had 2 columns in a major newspaper when she was in her 20s. She is man, she did the first podcast. Hey, Addicted. Hey, Kathy. Her and her husband every day would do a radio show from 8:15 to whenever in their house, like a podcast, and they would have people come over, and then she would go up to her to her studio up there and write her columns. But she was an investigative reporter from hell. Okay, so when JFK was shot, and JFK was actually hey, voices behind this shit, sub up to voices behind the shit, please. When John Kennedy was actually her friend, and when he was murdered, and I'm at the point now, because I didn't really get this book started till like a week ago. I'm up to the point now where he's been murdered. The Warren Commission is coming out. She's fined, and Jack Ruby's getting ready to go to trial. Anyway, so she covered it. She blew the lid off of it. AMJ, I was just saying, I met you and Shell last time I came to Cincinnati, and I'm coming again. Anyway, she covered it. She blew the top off of it, actually. And she was found dead, and very similar to Marilyn Monroe, oddly enough. And her toxicology made absolutely no sense at all. She was in one of the bedrooms in her townhouse that didn't make sense why she would be there. The thing it doesn't make sense. So the book that I'm reading is The Reporter Who Knew Too Much, and this is like a biography on her. And every page is interesting. I'm telling you, I cannot stop it. I love this stuff. So I'm going to try to get it finished finish it up in the next couple days. Hey, Amanda, I'm sorry if I missed people coming in. I'm sorry. Anyways, very interesting. And then we'll do, and I invite people to do your own research, right? You don't need the book. There's enough online about it. If you want to do your own research about it, and then, when we do it, come up, tell us what your opinion is. That would be great. I love that. So anyway, yes, she was. And she was so, I asked my mother, she died before I was even born. So you're calling the police, gamer. Okay. Hey, Keely, I was gonna say, she was very beautiful. She had a beef against everybody. Hey, pedal poser. Her and Frank Sinatra, she exposed Frank Sinatra and all of his underworld friends. He hated her. He called her No Chin. She had a lot of enemies. The CIA, the FBI. When she started, hey, Draft Horse Diva, it really is very interesting. It's very interesting. So anyway, she died a lot like Marilyn did, and didn't really make sense. And the people that knew her thought, now something's really wrong with this death. So accident, suicide, or murder. I don't have any snow draft, but look, it sure looks like it. The sky's white, not gray. So I'll be. You did? Well, Prissy, let me tell you. Back in the day, let me tell you, those mobsters, hey, and I thought I knew a lot about mobsters. Murder's my vote too, Donna, but I haven't gotten, like, I've done online research, but I haven't gotten in this book. The guy that wrote this book, shit, something Shaw, I can't remember the name now. He's done quite a few books on her and the whole time period around Kennedy's assassination and the things that went very wrong and the lawyers, and it's interesting. So I find myself reading, right, and this is what I always do. I'll have a book, and I put a every year when I go to the beach or wherever, if I go somewhere different, I'll buy postcards, right? So every new book that I start, I'll put a postcard in there from wherever, and I'll make notes on it. So when I go back, I'll know what page I was talking about and what it kind of, they don't really make sense. The notes don't make sense to anybody but me. And so my postcard's getting filled up. So, and I'm there, but I mean, she was absolutely AFU tragedy pimps. How are you? Punchy G. And Leslie Marion was offered a shot of air. Well, it's just funny how Dorothy died in basically the same manner as Dorothy had like 3 different very strong medications in her system that would make no sense. A doctor would not have prescribed them. Now, I don't know what was found around her, and it doesn't really matter what was found around her because, I mean, like I'll give you a little. I know this is supposed to be mental health, but I mean we're waiting for people to come in. The doctor who they said did her autopsy came back and said, I didn't do her autopsy. And they were like, sure you did. He went, I didn't do her autopsy, but his name was on there. So it's just weird. I'm just saying, it's very interesting. I love getting in the middle of this. I mean, look, if y'all don't know, I'm going to show y'all. And these are just from the last couple. Hold on. George Reeves, America's First Superman. Accident, murder, or suicide. When I say I do a little bit of work, I do a little bit of work. Then we'll put this in here. Hold on. These are my done cases. Done. George Reeves was another very interesting. Springfield 3. 3 women that went missing in Springfield, Missouri. Did a little bit of that. And here's the big one. The missing trio in Fort Worth, Texas. They've been missing 48. Stop it, Avery. They've been missing 48 years. And when you deal with a 48-year-old case, you come up upon it's 48 years of sightings, evidence, hidden evidence, lost evidence, private detectives burning their files. Hey, Mr. Boot, sorry. Mr. Boot, how are you? Seen you in a minute. Pocket Sand, hello. So anyway, I get lost in these things, and I'll tell you on the mental health thing, Smitten Kid, you're so pretty. When I get a book, right, or I get a project, it actually helps my mental health. If I can remove myself and go back and, like I usually tell my husband when I go to pick up a book, especially when it's something old Hollywood, because that's my jam. I'll say, all right, I'm going back to 1970, 1934. Bye. Hey, Tennessee Poppy Seed. So it helps me. Hey, Brenda, if I'm missing people, I'm so sorry. Jennifer, yeah, don't do that now. So it helps my mental, I'm bipolar. Let's start with this. Hey, babe. Hey, Mandolin. Barb, hello. I have bipolar disorder. Not that one. I love that thing. I have bipolar 1. I have an anxiety disorder, and I have ADD. So that combination can be hard to do, especially, hey, Madness and Mayhem. Hey, Tally, my love. I am too. My TV don't go off that unless I go to BritBox and watch old British comedies, which is another release for me. If I'm feeling kind of overwhelmed, I go back to my British comedies that used to just save my life back in the day, and I can watch them, or I can get, hey, Diamond Cutter, so I can get myself in a book, and I can go back, and I don't, and if I have, hey, Spanky, if I have a project like the ones that I do, and I make notes and I research, hey, Holden, and it's a release. It's it helps me out. So recently, and I don't know if I know a lot of y'all don't know this, but I've done this before. This mental health check-in. When I hit menopause, it changed, Michelle. Hi, it changed my bipolar. And I did not know that that could happen. Hey, Linda, I did not know that that could happen. I didn't know, but I realized that the medicines that I were on were no longer working. So I got in touch and started, hey, Fiddy, I like you a long time. My husband was in bed with PTSD. Yeah, listen, sometimes diagnoses are scary when you hear the words coming out of a doctor's mouth, or no diagnosis. Oh, you're just depressed. Well, and sometimes that there is no diagnosis. You're just in a mood. But with me, the menopause changed my system. So I went, made an appointment with a psychiatrist, made an appointment with a therapist. If you have any of these diagnoses, and you are on a set of prescriptions that work, and then all of a sudden they don't work, and y'all know that when a doctor's got to figure out which one is not working. I'm on about 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 or 5 different for the ADD, for the anxiety, for the bipolar. And so when a psychiatrist starts to fiddle with them and try to figure out which one is not working, so you back off one, add another, build up, and if that not work, you back that off. Hey, watcher. You feel like you're a human guinea pig, and you are. Hey, Lakota, you're a guinea pig. And it is probably the hardest part of being bipolar or whatever you have. He's free. I'm on 2 meds, but now just one in my edible. See, now a lot of people find that edibles and medicinal marijuana work. My daughter, the medicinal marijuana works perfectly for her. I'll be a guinea pig. But for me, I'm live. Hi. I'm live. Hi. I know. I told my daughter was going to come. Hey, Earth. For me personally, that is, it is terrifying. It is terrifying, FU. It is. And I don't wish it on anybody, but it's what's got to happen. So right now, I'm perfectly regulated right now, knock on wood. That might change tomorrow. And I have to pay very close attention to myself, because I'll know it before somebody else knows it. I'll just ignore it, and sometimes, my family's had to step in and go, might need to get a little meds checked. But then sometimes you're just fucking depressed. Hey, Cindy. Sometimes you're just depressed and there's no reason for it. Sometimes you're just fucking mad and there's no reason for it. The thing with me is with my ADD, and if I would get manic with ADD, you are using, yes, that's so true. I was situational depression and anxiety because of the twins after 12 years. Yeah, Gene, and that's, I always have to try to remember too. Am I saying right now because of a situational thing? I'm glad you said that, because sometimes it's 100% situational. There's nobody's going to be able to give you a pill or two or five that are going to make you happy every single day of the week, happy and level and just do. It's just not out there. It was nice seeing you, Mr. Boot. I miss seeing you around. You are so funny. I'm going to submit kid, and that's let me see. Oh, with the manic. I told my psychiatrist once I got all regulated, I miss the manic. I miss being manic. Because when you're manic, you get shit done. You are focused, you have energy, you have creativity, you have everything and more. And when I told him that I missed the manic, he said, "You know what? A lot of people say that. Hey, warrior grandma. A lot of people say that." And I said, "Well, I missed it. I'm going to put the link in." Shit. Copy. Hold on. I'm going to put the link in. So, I mean, if you want to come up and speak about yourself, you can. If you don't want to, if you're just listening, I just need everybody to know that you are not alone. There's a lot of us out here who deal with the very same things that you deal with. And it's okay. It's okay. I know when, we get very, very depressed and you can't do anything. You don't want to do anything. And you think nothing's going to snap you out of that. And it feels like nothing's going to snap you out of that. I know with me, if I have a spiral and depression, my old family doctor said, my spirals are so fast, like there's no warning. I would just go woo and just spiral. Saying, can you help me understand? My sis has bipolar, and she's so angry all the time. She's just not on the right meds. Here's the thing with meds too, Rain Girl, is you can take your medication, but if you don't back that up with some kind of therapy, then you're not addressing the problem. Hey, Debbie, you're not addressing the problem. A pill's not going to do it. Hey, so you have to get therapy as well, because we all have stuff. And my trauma might not be your trauma. Your trauma might have been 12,000 times worse than mine, but my trauma is my trauma, right? And it's a trauma to me. Do you understand? I mean, going on and saying, well, I know, some people have it worse. Yeah, they do. But this is my trauma. This is what I'm going through. And that's what matters. That's why you have to take the time. Put yourself first. Let me see, Quirky. Let me go up. I'm sorry. This is going by fast. It is. Quirky, my humor is. It's always been my coping mechanism. Make fun of it. Just to make fun of it. Make fun of anything. And so, yeah, if I start throwing out a lot of parodies, I'm in a little bit of a mania. And I know everybody wishes I would stay in a mania, but it just, my brain is so rapid anyway. With ADD, it's just like if you have ADD, you literally can think about 20 scenarios in a couple seconds that go through your brain. And then when you, on top of that, add a mania, it's like adding gas to a fire. It's gone. If you find a counselor that understands what it's like to have twins, yeah, well, Gene, you know what? If you reach out, or I'll tell you this, if you try to reach out to a support group, And I'm sure that if you call maybe your health department, I don't even know if, and there's probably a support group for caretakers and stuff like that. And if there's a support group, there's probably uh, more than likely, absolutely, a therapist or a counselor that's conducting that support group. And then you can go in and either go to the support group or you can go and go privately. Um, yeah, Miss Donna, self love is the thing. I matter. That's what you have to say to yourself every day. I matter. Well, see, Prissy, so do I. That's with the ADD and the anxiety disorder. So I have to take chlorazepam at night to turn my brain off. I used to take Ativan every night for I don't know how long, and my psychiatrist switched. My family doctor had me on the Ativan, and my psychiatrist switched it off to clozapine, and I'm right now on 1 gram a day, which is at night. And it works. It turns my brain off. Because like you, for a long time before you're diagnosed, because you usually go to your family doctor. Oh, sorry, Earth. You usually go, there's Earth. You
Morning.
to your family doctor, and he'll throw some Prozac at you and just pray it works. If it doesn't work, I beg you, go to see a psychiatrist. If you can't afford it, if you go to your local health department, they can arrange help for you.
Hmm.
And get a therapist. Get somebody who does not know anything. Hello, Lynn, about anything in your life. And they are the, you know what I'm saying? Don't, that way they can just listen. You can get it. Something about speaking it. Or I said this the other day, something about saying, I'm so depressed. I'm so sad. Or writing it out, even in a chat, right? Like this. If you type it out, it comes out of you, right? Then it's gonna, you can get a flood of emotions. You can feel better just typing it out. Feel better knowing that you're not alone. We're all out here. We're all coping. Um, hey, Virginia, your survival mode, that happens. I'm a caretaker to my mother, Virginia, and it is overwhelming. It
Yes,
is overwhelming.
I know for sure it is overwhelming because I am
It,
one to mine.
yeah, I say horrible, but hey, Melinda, it's something about that role switching that is so sad. It's just sad. And hold on, let me go. This chat's going by really fast, and I don't even know how to stop it. Yeah, your local social services. Yeah, health
Hmm.
departments, social services. They have groups, and they have a list of therapists and psychiatrists, and there's usually a sliding scale on what you pay if you pay anything at all. I beg of y'all to go do that. I beg of you because it's the first step in taking back your life. You don't have to be a victim of mental health. You don't have to be. And when you are, you don't see a way out. But there's so many ways out of it. There's so many ways out of it. I cannot tell you. I used to have a therapist that say, because I would cry all the time. And again, I don't think at that point I was diagnosed with anything. And she would be like, oh, well, crying's good for you. And I'm like, I've been crying for a month. It's not working. And so that's another thing. Hey, Maloma, it is a very important conversation. You just got to know you're not alone. You got to know that going back to the menopause, I did not know that it can change everything. And when I told my psychiatrist, he said, oh, yeah. And I'm like, well, y'all need to tell somebody. Somebody needs to let people know that this can change everything. Your whole metabolism, not metabolism, but your whole hormones change. And that are not, there's so many things that can send you into a spiral or mania or just overwhelming, like PTSD. I have it. Um, And that's the one thing I can tell you, that my PTSD is the one thing that I am not ready to tackle. So, uh, I don't wanna talk about it. I don't wanna I told her, like my therapist, I said, "I can't tell you that if I have an appointment on Tuesday at 9 AM, I'm gonna be able to talk about it." And, for what, almost a year? I didn't, and I still haven't. I think it's just my brain. Once I let that go, once I start talking about that and let that go, I'm scared that it's gonna be another whole overhaul of meds and shit like that, and I don't wanna do it. And that's my truth. I don't
Now,
wanna do it.
see, I don't blame you because there's things in my past, there's things that happened to me in my past that I have shut off and put in my rearview mirror, and I've done just fine. All the while, most people let it consume their life. And
Yeah.
I feel bad because how can I move on and not let it bother me? But how are they still dealing with it? And even though getting help for it, it's not really working for them because it's still consuming their life and everything everywhere they turn, every corner, they're triggered by it.
But you know what?
So
Sometimes, well, Valoma, if you have a mental health diagnosis, watch. Just anybody that's getting ready to do this. And Smitten Kitten, you're mad for no reason. That's hormonal. That's another reason why mental health can and menopause can kind of uh, overlap each other because you're mad, you cry, you're just absolutely sad, and then when so it overshadows each other, you don't know which new fuck, what am I trying to say, which new um thing is new or whatever. Did they suggest CBT? No, I will tell you, Smitten Kitten, my therapist went to another, well, she went to another state, right? She moved. And I quit. I don't want to go to another therapist. And I don't want to go to another therapist because I don't feel like starting this over again. Me and her made a lot of progress and she's gone. I don't want to start this story over again. I just can't. I'm 54. The story hasn't changed in 30 years. I don't want to tell it anymore. And I don't want to. And I'm not going to. And I went through that with my psychiatrist and he said, I don't blame you. Now if something pops up, like with my mom, who's doing a gradual downturn, she put her hands on me a month or so ago. She smacked me in the head. And that's new. That was new. And so yeah, I just, well, if I have to go for like something like that, like dealing with her, I would do it. But as far as me, I ain't starting the story over again. Damn it, I ain't doing it. You have to learn to control your thoughts. Carve, do anything you can to stay busy. Reading a book. If some people like, I'm just not a book person. Find the right one. There's so many different things you can do. I can tell you what worked for me. I can tell you what worked for me, and then you can find what works for you, but find something where it's just you. This is for me. I'm reading this book for me. I'm doing a puzzle for me. I'm whatever. Going to the gym. I'm doing it for me. I'm something because you got to put yourself first. And if you don't, you're gonna get trampled on. In life, you're just gonna get trampled on. And he's like, "What you talking about?" Yeah, it's sad. I Smitten, I can't do it. I just can't. I can't restart this fucking story. Uh, and I understand that. When she told me she was moving, I thought, God, yeah, True Blue, Elba, anything that brings you joy, anything, um, and just do it for yourself. Even if it's just an hour a day, an hour is going to make a difference. And let me just say, I am not a therapist, nor am I a psychiatrist. These are just my feelings there, so I can't get sued. There we are. So, Earth, what is do you feel comfortable with telling your telling your if you don't, that's fine. Don't do it if you don't want to. But do you have a
I No, I'm fine with it.
you
You see,
good?
I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when I was 23. Did I expect it? Absolutely not. Yes,
Feeling
I was in a bit of a depression funk. I don't know why. I don't know what brought it on. No idea. I just woke up one day, didn't want to get out of bed.
mm-hmm.
Been there for 3 days. And that was not normal because, I was always bouncing off the walls. I mean, hell, I was born with ADHD. As a child, I would bounce off the walls. But as I got older, that hyperactivity kind of settled down. But I
Mm-hmm.
was still
Yeah,
stuck with it. But just the depression, I don't know where it came from. I don't know why. The next thing I know, my mom takes me to a therapist, and I was diagnosed with stage 2 bipolar.
yeah,
It took 11 years to find the right medication for me. But see, here's the thing, I don't like talking to strangers.
right. Yeah,
But as it progressed, the medication that they've put me on over the years, sometimes it would work. And then I would say about 3 or 4 months later, that was it. It did not work at all. It would just stop. And they would put me on the higher doses.
been there, done
And even
that.
that, it didn't work.
Yeah,
So the lady that I see now, that I've been seeing for the last 8 years, she's amazing. Now, I absolutely love her. She has worked with me so, so well. And she still doesn't even know my deepest past,
right,
stemming back from a kid. Nobody does. Not even
right.
my best friends. That's the thing with me. I'm not most people.
Yeah,
I don't, I put everything in my rearview mirror. I don't let it consume my life. I don't let it run my life. I don't think about it. I let it go. Even though a couple of them were traumatic, I just let it go.
mm-hmm.
I just move on.
Yeah,
All the while, it hurts me to see other people that were in my position not being able to move on from it. How is it that they can't move on, but I can?
yeah.
I don't
That's
understand.
see, that's and like you and f you. Hold on, I'm going to address you in a minute. F you. I've been through that. Oh, well, 10 milligrams isn't working. Fine, let's try 20. Well, if
Hmm.
10 milligrams ain't working, 20 ain't gonna work. Um, so that's common. That's common. And that's see, I've like they told me, I've had bipolar probably all my life, but it was
Yeah.
only, diagnosed hey hope uh 20 is it been 20? I don't know how long it's been, honestly. And nothing can bring it on, just like with panic attacks. I don't have them generally. I'll have them at night and they come on. I can't breathe and your heart, like it's like my chest gets ice, has a blast of cold. I can't breathe. I can feel my heart and
Hmm.
nothing brings it on. There's nothing. That's the thing with a lot of people. We have panic attacks. Hey, Tamara.
Yeah.
And you don't, if you knew what brought it on, you wouldn't do it. When people would go, what brought it on? Well, fuck, I don't know. I mean,
I'm the
if I
same way.
didn't do it no more. So, and again, that's so many people have them, and like I said, I have many ones. I guess I don't, and if I had to go through that, what I've seen my friends have, I don't, I don't know what I do. And F you don't always have to change your medicines. It's just be aware that sometimes something in your body changes and one of the medicines doesn't work anymore. It happens. It doesn't happen a lot, and it's not going to happen, every 6 months or so. It's just something to be aware of. And usually, your psychiatrist or your doctor, if you tell them what's going on, they'll be able to look at your at medicines, right, and say, well, this one here is for, well, here, this must not be working. I mean, usually it's I ain't gonna say it's easy because it's not easy, but sometimes it's just got to be done. You just have to do it when shit's not working anymore. Don't be afraid to go in there and say, "Hey, this ain't working no more," and get it fixed. Just get it fixed. But like what you said, Earth, is I have things in my childhood, right, that
Mm-hmm.
I dealt with, put in my back mirror, like you, put in my rearview mirror. I don't need to keep, hey, baby Billy, I don't have to keep talking about it. I don't have to keep, and this is key, using it to my advantage. All right. Um, and a lot of people, and I'm not saying anybody here, a lot of people will use their diagnosis as a shield for acting badly. Hey, Gigi. And that's the shit I hate. That's the shit that gets on my nerves. I'm acting badly because I have, this. I'm acting badly because this. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. I hate that. Um, the more you can stick in your back, your rearview mirror is best. That's why you probably do if you, and like I said, go to your social services and get one, because, or if you can't afford one, and listen. Here's the thing, guys. Trying to get into a psychiatrist, you're going to look for a 3 to 6 wait, depending on where you are. You're going to
Well,
look
see,
for a long, long,
oh,
long wait. So, oh, thank you, Tennessee. Uh,
oh,
you're going to wait. So, if you think right now, you know what? I don't think these are working, or I need this. Call them on Monday. Call them on Monday. Um, because it's going to take you a minute. There's a real lack, and you can look around in our society right now. There is a real lack of mental health for people,
oh, there
especially
is.
people who don't have insurance, even people that do have insurance. Um, that's just hey, look around, right? So I suggest on Monday y'all call if you think everybody's got I think everybody. I think a psychiatrist should be like a dentist, a mammogram, and a pap smear. You should have to do it every couple of years. You should have to
Oh,
see.
yeah.
But um, if we keep chasing the why, yeah, the why doesn't even matter, Donna. That's the thing. It's everybody on Earth is worth it. All right, everybody on Earth is worth it. Everybody on Earth is going through some shit. Everybody on earth. Everybody loses their way. Everybody gets depressed. Everybody can't figure it out. There's not one of us on earth that hasn't felt this way. And that's why when
Yeah.
um, I will rarely go after a mental illness on somebody. Like, I'm not saying I haven't. I have. But when you watch crime documentaries, you try to exactly you try to. It's true. That's true. Um,
I will agree. I've done that too.
it's so important to let's be honest. Hi, you're on the waiting list now. Yeah, third time's the charm. Stay with it. Don't. I mean, you just keep calling them. It's really hard to get in there. It's really hard. Uh, there's just not enough going around. And if you can get with your psychiatrist, even the first initial appointment, they can put you in line for a therapist rather quickly. It's a whole lot, it's a whole lot. You can get into a therapist if you go through a psychiatrist, within a week or two, usually within a week or two. Now that's just around, my parts. It might be more for y'all, might be less. So it should be spent getting it really should. But do it, because if you're having these feelings and you can't pull out of it, oh Cheryl, come on. I'm gonna put
I
this in.
never liked my therapist, so I just told myself I'm sticking with just a psychiatrist.
I loved mine. We would talk about shoes. Talk
Well,
about
The first one that I started with, she was awesome. We would never stay in the building. She and I would always take a walk. We would
Right.
always go down to the park and we would just swing and sit on the swings and just swing back and forth and talk. And that right there, I would usually open them. I didn't like staying in a cramped area
Right.
because
Right.
I hate little tiny cramped
Yeah.
areas. I don't even like elevators. That's where like some of my anxiety comes from. If I got to
Right.
walk up 80 floors, I'll walk my happy ass up 80 floors at the stairs. I don't care. But you and I, we would just walk back and forth. That's where we would talk. But then when she took off, that was it. I was like, all right, I can't do this no more. And my mom's like, no, you are staying here. I don't care who you see. I don't care who it is. You are staying here.
Oh,
And I'm like, oh, fine. And I'm
hold
like,
on. Progressive Patriot, I don't know you. If I don't want you to show me a weenie.
he's
Is that bad? Hold on.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I know you don't know me. I got to see some of your amazing clip parodies.
Oh,
That's you, right?
yeah.
Yes. I was introduced to you from
right.
Valoma and Jenny Jen, and I'm
Oh,
at work. I shouldn't be doing this, but and I know Earth there. Hello. I just wanted to say,
Hello.
for one, I love what you're doing here, and you are immensely talented. I love everything you've done. And please, if ever you would be willing to do any kind of collaboration, I'm not doing a shameless plug. Just if you are
okay.
interested, please feel free to reach me because you're my hero when it comes to
Oh.
parodies. I've done Polygo slightly. Sorry, go ahead.
You done what?
When I did my parody, which is nothing compared to yours, I did it after a few drinks, and I
Yeah.
put some goggles on to get the nasally, like, "Hello, princess, princess, get out." And I saw, oh my God, they played your video where you were eating
Oh
everything under
God.
the sun. You are a hero. You are amazing. And I just had to fanboy out over here
Um,
and say thank you. And I love that I see your topic is a mental health check-in. My channel is many things. That's a huge part of it: recovery, addiction, and mental health. So
well, can you
thank you.
email me? Can you email me?
Yeah,
theshannon681 at Gmail, and we can set something up.
that would be fantastic for
Let's
the
do it.
email. Can you? What is it? I'll type it in private.
It's theshannon681 at Gmail.
681 at Gmail. Okay. So I'm gonna do just that, and I'm gonna
Good.
go get back on the. Well, I'm on the clock, which is the
Well,
problem.
thank
But I
you.
saw you, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's her!"
Oh, you're my new best friend.
Oh, I'll take it. Oh my God, I'm clipping that endorsement. It's mine now.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right. So it's
And
been a
I'll get
pleasure. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, email me and we'll come up with something.
Oh, okay. Keep on keeping on. Earth, nice to see you. Shannon, you're amazing. Everybody, take care of yourself and one another. Much love.
Much
Bye,
love to
sweetheart.
you. Well, that was nice.
He's he's awesome.
Um, he wears black snorkel. I've never seen him. I have to go look. Yeah. All right. So, like, we've been going almost an hour. I know we probably need more than that, but I do. Every time I do one of these, I realize that it probably needs to be done more because people, like I've said, you're not alone, but sometimes obviously it feels like you're so alone. It feels like you're in a hole and nobody can find you. That's probably it. Nobody can find you. Um, and I need y'all to know that that's just really not the case. And I need you to know that I don't care if a doctor puts you on 12 medicines, then that's 12 medicines. And if it works, do it. And don't let nobody else say, oh, because my husband will jokingly say sometimes, like if I ask him, I have a little like carrier and I'll say, ask him to hand it over and he'll go, ooh, and I'll think, okay, sometimes it's funny. And sometimes I look at him and go, fuck you. And he doesn't know when it's coming either. So, I mean, it's is what it is. Uh, you furnished your home with Pottery Barn. Well, that's good. And that's
Yeah.
another thing with this little, my friend came in here, right? in my studio, and she said, and she's right, looks like a therapist office. Well, that's probably what I was going for. I don't really know, but um, a lot of people can't do this. If you find a little space that's yours, it doesn't have to be big. It can just be a little space that's yours. Um, oh, hush, good. Listen, weight gain. Let's talk about that in a second, Debbie. Um, get a
Oh
little
yeah.
that's yours. All right, hold on. I gotta address that, Debbie. I've got to address that. Weight gain. On a twin, on a lot of these medicines, you are going to gain weight. A lot of people don't want to take the medicines because they don't want to gain weight. Now, you can obviously, you know, with a diet and exercise, control that weight gain, or you can be like me and just let it pack on 80 pounds over the last X amount, right, of years. Um, it and it's nothing. Sometimes it's not even what you're doing. Okay, progress. I'll get it. And I swear I'll get back to you today. Um, it doesn't. It's not like you take your medicine and then all of a sudden you want to, gnaw through the whole cabinets, eating. Sometimes it doesn't take what you're, doesn't mean it doesn't. What you're eating is not the problem. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you just Seroquel. Maybe I'm on Seroquel, Tennessee, and that. Hey, Kim Fisher. How are you, love? Yeah, I'm on Seroquel, and that has put a effing, and there you go. Tennessee, this is what I said about Seroquel and putting on weight. I can either be fat and happy or skinny and scary. And I'm going to choose fat and happy. Hey, Renee, now can I work on my weight gain? Absolutely. I can. I haven't. It's my, my own. That's on me. That's on me. But like I said, there are side effects that which some are weight gain and some are just like, I'm not taking that. Well, like I said, skinny and scary or fat and happy, you pick. You just have to pick. You gained a lot of weight too. It's worth it. That's what I thought, Cheryl, to people. I mean, it is so hard to explain to someone, like if you have a husband or a sister or a friend, and you're trying to explain like a depressive spiral. They'll go, what's wrong with you? I don't understand. Even though they know your diagnosis, they'll say, my friend have said before, well, your own meds, what's wrong? And I'd have to go, okay, let's pump that brake and let me educate you on this. Sometimes, you're in a spiral and there's not much that can be done about it. The medicine will help you from, going too far, too fast. But generally, it's not gonna help you sometimes. It's just not. It's just something. It's just like anybody else. Email was wrong. Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on, baby. I got you, baby. Hold on. Everybody talk amongst yourselves while I tap with one finger.
Now, let me give you guys in the chat a little bit of advice that my therapist gave me when she started me on medication for the first time. Now, when it took me a while to find the right medication, she told me to buy a notebook. And every day that I took my medication, she told me to write down how it made me feel every single day. Now, only once a day you write it down, not throughout the day, just once a day. And every time you would go see her, depending on how, if you see your therapist once a week, twice a week, so on, you take that notebook, you let her read it and let her see how your moods would change on that medication. Now, I thought that was a good idea. Now, for me, I didn't do that. My mom did. Because, to be honest, I really didn't care. Because being diagnosed with bipolar was not something I was prepared for. I was happy at one point in my life before I was diagnosed with this. And it took a long time for me to come to grasps with this. And so it's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah, I
I'm
understand.
fine with that. I'm fine with where I'm at now with the medication that I'm on and where my life is right now. But the point is, with writing down what your medication does for you, it actually kind of helps your therapist and yourself explain
Mhm.
that if this medication is not working for you, it'll help show that, you know, we can try you on this or we can try you on that.
I love you too.
And it does help them, your therapist, to show you that, okay, so we're going to try this on you, but, continue writing down what this medication feels for you and how it makes you feel every day. So that's what you guys should do. Just get a notebook. When you take your medication, write down how it makes you feel every single day. I mean, you can read it.
Good.
You can read it and you can, make the judge for yourself on how you think your medication's working out for you. Or you can just give it to your therapist and let your therapist make that judge for you.
Right.
Either way, sometimes that'll help try to find the right medications for you.
That's a
Now,
help.
I have a
Well,
lot of notebooks. I have a stack of them.
yeah.
All the medications. I finally got the right medication 10 years ago. But now, after all this time, I had to switch my medication 6 months ago because
Uh,
all of a sudden it just stopped working. The medication I was on, the withdrawals off that medication was a bitch.
oh, Jackie.
It was awful. And this is a kind of medication that is very hard for people to get off of. How I got off it, I have no idea. But it was just nasty. But now I'm on Wellbutrin, which actually kind of mellows it out a little bit. And on top of that, on Vyvanse, which slows my brain down. Because my brain is like one large giant puzzle piece.
Oh
My
shit.
brain works, yeah, it works faster than me.
Well, I've been on Wellbridge, and I think I've been on everything. That's Earth. If y'all need to sub to her because she's doing some work, she's doing some good work out here. Clipping
Thank you.
and all that. And let me shoot. I didn't put it in my clipboard.
Did you
Let me
forget who I was, Shannon? Oh, I'm heartbroken now. No, I'm joking. But
hold
no,
on.
seriously, guys, go buy a notebook, write down your feelings of how your medication is making you feel, and give it to your therapist every month. It'll work.
Type something in
And
chat.
hmm?
Can you yeah, type something in chat. Just like something. That's all. Hey, Valium, love that name.
There you go.
Love that name. Hold on, did you do it? Where am I?
But hell, I'm on like all my medications. I've had to go every month. Every month, I would start once. I would go on the low dose. A month later, I'd go on the next dose, so on and so forth. Me, I'm not meant for low doses of medication. I'm meant for the higher dose. I don't know why. That's just how my body is.
Yeah, me too.
Like my Vyvanse, most people are on 10, 20. I'm on the highest dose there is, which is 70. Now,
Somebody in the chat just a minute ago said something about being put back on Prozac. And I'm gonna tell you what my doctor said about
oh
Prozac.
God, I won't go on that.
My
I
doctor said,
refuse.
well, he said, listen, all right, he said there's Prozac. He said, if you have an arsenal at your disposal, Prozac is a cap gun. And I forgot what he put me on. This was a long time ago. He said, and this is a bazooka. And he said, cap guns aren't going to help you anymore. And so that was another thing of like, damn, I'm really that crazy. It's something about the, like you're saying, it's the dosage that makes you think to yourself, God, I'm really, I'm, I'm crazy. Um, or, it's taking more and more and more in this. I must be getting worse. It's not that you're getting worse. It's just changing, but, don't get on Prozac. If they have you on Prozac, tell them to put that cap gun back into Arsenal and go grab a gun. We need it. So, all right. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You OD'd on 60 Xanax.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, again, suicide is absolutely a thing
It
with
is.
it is because, and it's uh you it's you can't take, it's like I can remember, I think I've been suicidal quite well back in the day a lot, and I just wanted it to stop. It's not that I wanted to die, I just wanted it to stop. um I used to get I was the ADD and the manic, I wouldn't sleep for so many days, and the doctor would give me something. I remember a doctor gave me, I don't know what it was, I can't remember now. It was in bar, so it might have been a Xanax. So I'd been up for days, right? And the doctor gave me, he said, all right, break off a third and take it. So I break off that third, I get into bed, I know I'm going to sleep any minute. No, I watched the Dick Van Dyke Show on Nickelodeon until the wee morning. Then it was take two, break two app. Got in bed, so excited I was going to sleep. Nope. Then the whole thing. Nope. Actually, that's when he put me on Ativan, and Ativan put me damn to sleep. I can tell you that. And for a long time, I mean, I had to. It makes you forget things. Like I made soup in a crock pot. This is the stupidest story ever. I made soup in a crock pot one day, and I took it out, cooled it off, put it back in the refrigerator. So the next day, I wanted some soup, and my friend Sherry, she's been my friend since sixth grade, came over, and I was, I said, I'm gonna warm up some soup. Do you want some? She said, yeah. I put it back in the crock pot. Instead of putting it in the microwave or on the stove, I put it in the crock pot to warm up. And she was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. Never mind. So it was little shit like that, oh Lord. I'm sorry. I interrupted you. I'm very sorry. Ambien does that shit to you. Yes, it does. I woke up with the banana peels in my bed. I ain't eating bananas.
Aww.
I know. Woke up and thought, in the damn hell, I ate bananas. So
I did that once. I was up for 72 straight hours.
yeah.
I don't know why.
Hey, Red Roadrunner.
I was having one of my episodes. It wasn't a mental breakdown. I think it's just because my brain just wouldn't shut off.
Yeah.
And that's what happened when I was a kid with the hyperactivity and my ADHD going out of control. I was like that as a kid. Now, let me veer off a little bit. I was on Ritalin when I was a child. Now, that was some nasty shit back then.
Yeah.
I was at home every day for over a year because I was sick from being on that. I was angry. I was mean as hell. I would throw things at people that would come near me because I just did not want them near me. That's what the Ritalin did to me. And my mom had enough of it and she took me right off of it.
Right.
Now, after that, that's when everything came out. I was up for days on end. And one night, I was in my 20s and I was up 72 hours. And my mom's like, all right, I've had enough of this shit. She's like, I'm giving you one of my pills. So she gave me one of her Ambiens because they had given me Ambien, but that dose that they gave me wasn't working. So she had called the pharmacy and they said, yes, you can care for one of yours. I took it. 3 minutes later, I am out cold, according to
Yeah.
her. I
Oh,
woke up on the floor next to my computer. Well, I don't know how long I was out for. She had left me there. The only
well,
thing she gave me was a blanket. And she
um,
says, girl, you were out for 16 straight hours. And I'm like, you left me here? She's like, oh, I wasn't moving you. You drop. That's where you dropped. That's where you were going to stay. That's it. That's where you stayed, girl. Mm-mm. You wanted to
yeah.
go to bed. That's where you were going to drop. I
Listen.
was like, you're mean, mom. She's like, that's nope. I'm not
Yeah.
mean.
Tracy,
So,
I am so sorry. Listen. I have a little bit of knowledge and losing a child, and
oh, baby.
it's a pain that is unmeasured, and it never obviously never goes away. And trying to figure out why, what I could have done. I could have done something. This is my fault. This is my fault. When it's not. It's not. But you think it's your child. I should have known. I should have known. And it's just not something that we'll ever know until I always think when I see I have so many people, and I guess maybe spirituality might be another part of dealing with mental illness, is that you have faith, faith that you're going to get better, faith that mankind will notice that you're not all right, hope, um, and hope sometimes all we have, and that's okay. As long as we have it, think you're all right
Yeah,
if you have hope. Never lose hope.
never.
And know that I believe that there's going to be a time where I will see everyone that I love and lost. And my grandmother's 100 years old. Let's do this. I'll do it this way. My grandmother is 100 years old. All right, almost 101 in January. And so she, let's be honest, probably nearing the end of her life. We joke about it. We don't know. She's had pretty much everything replaced. Um, and she will say she dreams about my grandfather. She dreams about, and she knows when she goes who she's going to see and where she's going to go. And she will say, let that be your comfort when I'm gone, is that I am with those that my mom, my dad, my brothers, my grandfather, and all the other ones that we've lost in the family along the way. And don't be sad. Well, of course, hey, Smoke Eye Pete. That's her faith and that's her hope. That's her faith. You got to have faith and hope. If you don't have faith and hope, and it doesn't even have to be in God, you can have faith that there is something bigger than you in the universe. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be God. It just has to be maybe just faith in you. You have faith in you. Hey, Val, faith in yourself. Well, Kimberly, see, that is when people start. Oh, thank you, Smokey Pete. When you lose faith and hope, you it's and I have before when things just weren't working and things where I'm just going down deeper in a hole that I'm not even digging. Somebody else is digging it. When you lose it, Hay and Lane Road, it is bone crushing. Let me put it that way. It's bone crushing when you lose that. If you got to get it back. I don't know how to tell you to get it back. I don't know how to tell you to get it back. There is something bigger. Again, to my grandmother. My grandmother's, like I said, 100. She is so wise. so wise. And she talks about she'll tell you, you leave everything and everyone better than how you found them, and the world will be a better place. Hey, John. Which is true. If you leave everyone and everything better than how you found them, the world will be a better place. You think about that, that would, be real quick. My grandmother's been to church every Sunday, she's very religious. And I'm not going to say religious. She's got a lot of faith. Kimberly, I did as well. Yep. I had
Hello, I'm going to jump down, okay?
Well, my granddaughter was my first grandchild. Well, you got to have that 20-month ultrasound, and there was something very wrong. And my daughter went to have an amniocentesis and came home and didn't tell me she was I made her stay with me after the amnio because you have to be kind of quiet for 3 days. And she left on a Sunday and went straight to the hospital. Didn't tell me, and that my granddaughter had passed away. So she opted for a birth and funeral. You have a couple of options. So that, I was telling you my story. It took 3 days for her to have that child. And I held her, and my daughter, this is what I did. There's a lot of story to this. I prayed. All right, hold on. Oh shit. I prayed, right? Because when I knew something was wrong, when we knew something was wrong, I said, please do not make her have to make a decision. All right, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't. He took the baby back. And I kept praying that please put it on me, God. Please put it on me. I can handle it. She can't. I can. And they doped her up so much, thank God, that for those 3 days, she really was like there. And I was there. And she was born. And God answered every one of my prayers. They were shitty fucking prayers that but he did. And while my daughter never, ever in her life said, why me? Why me? Because I would have. My daughter was given the grace to handle it. I was given the grace to handle it. It was a horrible thing. And so even in that horrible, horrible situation, God gave me faith. No, I'm not a nurse. No, I'm just real crazy. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm just saying, even in that horrible situation, I had faith. And I can tell you everything I prayed for through the whole thing, and you would be like, that is crazy. But every single thing he answered. I can remember going home just for a little bit. And it was like maybe 5 or 6 in the morning. And people were going to McDonald's or whatever they were doing. And I remember thinking to myself, what the fuck are y'all doing? Do you know what has just happened? My world just fucking stopped. And y'all are getting fucking Egg McMuffins, you fucking assholes. And then I had an argument with God that lasted a good half hour. And but anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't think we are going to go there. But anyway, my nephew was on Prozac and he looked horrible and couldn't relax. This is what I just need to know because we have to stop this. Sarah, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm so sorry that it touches anybody. That's why it's important to say, I know where you've been. I know where you are. I'm there with you. I've been there. It's going to be okay. You know, just those few words can save somebody's life, baby. I don't know. Just to say, I've been where you are. It's horrible. But it doesn't stay that way. And I'm not going to let you fall anymore. I'm not. I'm going to grab. Let me grab your arm and we'll get you out of here. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I gotta go. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. I hate it. I'm sorry. Oh, that's why I feel so. Seeing somebody say they lost their faith and their hope. Please no. Hey, Kathy. When my daughter took her last breath, I couldn't leave. Right. I mean, Aunt Kathy, when shit like this, and anybody that's lost a child, when that happens, the earth that you stand on no longer exists. Everything in your life, everything that you know to be true, the ground, the sky, the tree, is forever shaken. You don't trust the ground under you. You don't trust the sky to stay up there. And I don't care how much faith you have. That happens. You question every single thing on earth. Hello, Angela, I love you. Hey, leave it to Bieber. And it takes a while, a long while sometimes, to get it back. But once you have that doubt in your soul, you never really lose it, I think, because that's what I say to people. I've been where you are. It'll get better. But the fact that that fucking earth crumbled under your feet never loses you, and you don't trust it quite as much as you did the day before. That's what I'll say. That's even when you lose a husband, a child, a best friend, a parent too early. Hey AP, the earth that you stand on is no longer, you can't trust it. It just opened up and took somebody you love. What the fuck? And you never trust it quite as much again. And you're always looking up at the sky to see if it's getting ready to fall. That's another part of being depressed or whatever. You're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Yeah, normal is such a stupid word. It's such a stupid word. Normal is not normal. There's no sense in normal, and that's okay. Oh, yeah, you get angry and angry. Yeah. No, Aunt Kathy, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's some days, and it can be a smell, a sound, anything that will all of a sudden snatch your ass back to that day, right? It will snatch you from anywhere you could be in the middle of the Caribbean having a great day. Something's going to snap your ass back to that day. And you're going to watch it and feel it all over again. And you never know what that's going to be. And that's why the holidays coming up, I think we need to have these every week because the holidays are coming. We've lost people. We don't want to do the holidays. We dread it. We dread the fucking commercials and we dread the goddamn Merry Christmas. Fuck you. Normal is a drier setting. Yeah, it is. And hopefully more of y'all will, listen, I get it. This just needs to be, I just want this stream and ones like it to be a safe place to be and to speak and to come if you want. You don't have to come on panel if you don't want to. That's fine. But this is how I'm feeling today. And I've missed a lot of the chat. Oh, see, it's so sweet. Listen. We all do the best we can do. I mean, arson died. Oh, crazy nurse. Yeah, so it's a thing. I mean, it's not just a holiday. This is, like when you have a child or some that that goes that passes away, since that child was born, all right, or even you knew of them, in your mind, you've already planned out going to school, hopefully going to college, getting a job, getting married, grandchildren. You've already planned this out. This is what you've put in your life now, right? This is just we're going to do this, and can't wait to hear her voice. Can't wait to see his eyes. Can't wait to first day of school, last day of school, graduations, weddings, Christmases, birthdays. You have it all in your mind planned. And then when that's taken out of your life, right? Your plans, your visions, your whatever, it leaves such a huge hole. And so every holiday or every, if you count the years, it's been 18 years, they would have graduated. It would have been, they would have been married by now. They would have children. That never leaves you. It doesn't leave you. There's still a huge hole that shouldn't be there. I'm so sorry, AP. I am so sorry. Do you have a link? Oh, sure. Yeah, there it goes. Anyway, it's just a thing. You see it, it's not there. Something's not right. There's a huge slice that's been taken out. I used to think of it like that. I still do think of it like this. So picture you're on a stage, right? You are on the stage. You're the star. It's your life, right? You're on the stage. And you have all of these lights that are on you. All these lights. You're just illuminated. Okay? Because like I said, it's your stage, your life. And you have all these lights. And one goes out. And one goes out. And you didn't realize how bright that was. Right? But it's out now and there's nothing you can do about it. So, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Let me turn the camera off.
Okay.
There we go.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Oh,
It's getting to
Tanya.
be that time of year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
For
I
a
have any
lot of
feedback? I don't have any feedback.
No, you're good.
Okay, good. So, I just wanted to say that there is no pain like bearing a child, but let me say that no one understands better than I.
Right.
And being a child, a grandchild, a friend,
Right.
a parent, a husband, a spouse, pain is pain. But as you know, we're not supposed to bury our children or our
No.
grandchildren.
No.
And you were just talking about, I had all the plans for our son.
Yeah.
Born, school, he joined the army, infantry, married, a child, grandchildren. And it all stopped at 19 years old. But there is hope. And my faith in God is what saved me from doing the same thing he did.
Right.
So anyone who feels that there's no faith or hope, there is.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes,
This is how I feel about it.
yes.
That sometimes God will put something on you because someone is going to need it one day.
Absolutely.
And I've found that since my losses, and let me tell you, losing a child, grandchild, whatever, is not you don't want to be in that club.
Nope.
But I've had friends and some people I didn't even know that were just going through it, and I was able to say, "Listen, I've been where you are, and it gets better. Doesn't get perfect. It's not ever going to be perfect again.
No.
But I've been where you are. I know what you're feeling.
Absolutely.
And sometimes things happen to you and you don't know why until you come up on somebody
Right.
that needs to hear it. And that's kind of the way I thought about it. It gives me a little bit more comfort to
Yes.
think that maybe he did this so that I can help, and I have, run up
Mhm.
on a lot of people and say, "Been where you
I'm
are."
sorry about the
That's
dog.
okay. Been where you are. It gets
Yeah.
better. It's
And
not going to be like this forever.
no. And I can tell you, after our son unalived himself, I got involved with the military. I went around the country doing public speaking and training. Went to military bases, and what I was doing was trying to get our soldiers that were being discharged a medical discharge, not personality disorder, is what they were
Right.
calling it.
Oh, okay.
Our son was actually used as a public service announcement in New York City for a month. He was on the subways and a billboard and TV
Oh, wow.
as
That's cute.
the face of suicide. And, I know now that if he saved one life, it wasn't in vain.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the way you have to look at it. You got to
Yes.
reconfigure your life, man. You have to make the ground under you solid again because it's not.
I chose to be
Uh,
better, not bitter.
right. Exactly. And like I said, if what you've gone through can help one more person,
Yes.
I ain't gonna say it explains things sometimes. It
It
explains.
does. It does. It's like the day he was born, I knew it's like God told me, you're not going to have him for very long. I can't
Yeah.
explain that, but it's weird, but it's true. It was literally as if he told me you're not going to have him a long time.
Right.
And now I know why.
Yeah.
But his story is all over. And if if knowing that there is hope and there is faith that will get you through and that will keep you from doing that particular act,
Right.
know that it's there. And you can also, what is the new, it's not 911 now, it's 988.
It's not. Yeah. 98.
Yeah. If you want to put that up, however you do that, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that we need to get over the
Stigma.
stigma. Thank you. That's the word. Exactly. I've been on so many medications since we lost him. And like I said, it's taken me 10 years. He died 13 years ago. It took me 10 years to even become human again.
Yeah.
So it can happen.
Well, you get it because nobody quite knows what to say to
Right.
you. And you get that influx of, after it happens, and then people go away.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, wait a minute, I'm still going through. All right, I'm still going through this. Hello, I was just
Leave me
fucked up
alone.
as I was 2 days ago. Where the fuck everybody going?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and they don't know what to say. That's another thing. They don't know what to say to you.
Just say I'm sorry, because
That's all you
stupid
have.
shit that people said was, I just wanted to slap a few. Okay,
in a better place. They're in a better place.
No, no. I don't need to hear that right now. Just
Yeah, that's what I would
shut
want
up.
to say. I would go, shut the fuck up. I would
Yes,
go right here in this shitty place with me. I don't want a better place.
I was a trauma nurse at the time, and of course, I have no filter to begin with. And this one woman said, "Well, you could have another child," and I said,
No.
"He wasn't a puppy, for crying out loud. What the fuck is
no.
wrong with you?"
No, it's that. No, it's that slice of your life that all of a sudden doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
And it really makes you, well, I said it makes you question. Listen, me and God were not speaking for a while.
Yeah.
And even though he kept answering my prayers, I was still at screw you, and because my faith, honestly, nothing is the same
No,
after it happens. And I wish I could explain that in a way that people don't know would know.
it's a
Nothing.
void. There's a void
Yeah, there's a void that
in
the
your
earth,
soul. In your soul.
in your soul, but it's in like you don't trust the earth under you. It's
Mhm.
not there anymore. And
Right.
um uh
I ask God
that's
why.
losing faith. I mean, that's you losing faith.
Yeah.
And even now, I'm like, because if it happens, like say you have 4 children and
Right.
one goes, okay, that's 25% of your fucking family that's gone.
Right.
I remember thinking that in percentages, like
Yeah.
with my granddaughter, we lost her, and then when she got pregnant after that, and we were at the ultrasound, going into the ultrasound, and I thought to myself, 100% of the time, this child has it,
Mhm.
and then we went in, we had a good ultrasound, and then maybe the next, her next child came, and I said, well, 50% of the time, this has been not good, and it makes
Right.
you really
Right.
question the sun coming up. It makes you question it.
Everything.
And sometimes you don't think it's going to come up. Sometimes you don't want it to come
And
up.
some days it doesn't.
And some days it doesn't. Exactly. And it's around holidays, it's around the
Yes.
anniversaries. And sometimes it's just because you heard his favorite song on the radio.
I heard his favorite song, or
Yeah.
I've been in the store before and heard a kid that sounded just like him and broke him down.
Yeah. It's so unpredictable. I mean,
It is. It's called a trigger, and
oh yeah.
we're allowed. And anybody has anything to say about it, well then fuck you, right?
Oh, Gina, I'm glad. Listen, this is a safe place for people. Nobody's taking notes to use again. And if they are, all right, whatever. I've come under every time I do one of these, people start spouting I'm crazy. Okay, if that's what makes you feel better.
I'm proud to be crazy.
I lost 3 of my sisters in a period of 10 months. Sassy,
oh my gosh. Is that really?
I can't imagine. I don't even know. I lost my best friend, my very best friend, my friend that knew every horrible thought I've ever had and still wanted to be my friend. I had my sister's. I'm not real close with her. Lived in another state where my dad lived, and she got breast cancer, and I was upset, but she was anyway.
I understand.
My best friend wasn't feeling well, right? And we were trying to figure out. I said, well, maybe it's Lyme disease, maybe it's this. So she's going for a doctor's appointment, and she calls me. I live in Lynchburg, Virginia. Charlottesville is 45 minutes away, and that's a university hospital.
I grew up Bristol.
Charlottesville, and said, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, where are you calling me from? She said, I'm so sorry. I have leukemia. And I'm so sorry. She was sorry because she didn't want me to have to go through the sister and her. Well, she was closer than my sister ever would be.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a fight. She fought a fight. Let me tell you, it didn't last long. But losing her, I thought I don't ever want another friend in my life.
Right.
And love.
It's fine.
What? Hold on, my son is coming.
Not a problem.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll let you know because.
Okay.
Prayers for me.
Prayers for you.
Walmart. 3 missed calls.
Oh, okay. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
There's your son.
There you go. There you go.
Hug him up.
Oh, he just blew me a kiss.
I love it. He sounds like ours.
He's 20. He's a mess.
I love it.
You had your breast cancer surgery. Well, she God love her anyway. She put up a hell of a fight, and we thought she was good, right? She came home to get stronger so she could have a bone marrow transplant from her sister, and she had been home. I couldn't go see her because I had kids in school and I had germs.
Right.
So I'll be outside the window, outside of her window.
Yeah.
And she something went wrong, and she was dead a week later.
Yeah.
And that is, like I said, that is I don't ever want another friend again. I don't ever want anybody to talk to me again. I don't ever want to get close to anybody. I don't trust anybody. They're just gonna die on me.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that,
Well, we have our daughter left, and one of the things she said to me was, "Mom, I'm still alive."
right.
But I was always waiting for, like you said, the other shoe
Oh
to
yeah. You
drop.
withdraw from life. You
Yeah,
withdraw. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. For the first year, I was just frozen, as my doctor said. You're in a state of frozenness. You don't
Yeah.
feel anything. You don't allow yourself to feel. And then when you start feeling and thawing out, you're like, no, 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 I don't want to feel this. And then that other shoe dropping thing
I
is a
know it.
constant.
Oh yeah. You wonder because it's coming because you've experienced the worst thing possible, and
Yeah,
it can happen again. It
yeah,
can. That's what you do. It is something that you just sit back. I know that sometimes, I know at the time and even now, when I've shared the story, and people would, if I'm upset, or even then, I couldn't hear your condolences. It's not that I didn't appreciate condolences. I don't
uh-huh.
want to hear them.
Yeah,
I can't right now. I'm absolutely filled to the brim
yeah.
with this, and I cannot accept your condolences. And it came maybe across as awful, but you can't do it.
No,
There's
no.
something that's just clicks on in you, like
And you have,
you don't hear it. You don't even want to read it. You don't want to read a card. You don't want to. You don't. You just don't.
right. And people, I tell people all the time,
Exactly,
especially
Amanda.
when I was working in trauma, you grieve on your own terms and don't let anybody tell you how or when, because you never get over it, you get through it.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of saying, well, aren't you over that by now? No, I'm not. How dare you?
We had a woman. She was here earlier. Red Roadrunner. In fact, her husband passed away not too many years ago. Suddenly, another woman, Cindy, and her family. She had been grieving 2 years,
Hmm.
and we had one of these little, come to Jesus or come to whatever you want to call it.
Come to
And
family moments.
she came up and she said, "My family says, I should be getting over it. How
Mm-mm.
how long does grief last?" I'm like, "It lasts until it lasts."
It lasts until it lasts, and it will last a lifetime, but in a different way each time.
Nobody can tell you, all right, you've had enough grief.
Mm-hmm.
Because it takes kind of strength to crawl out of that. And if you just don't have it, you don't have it.
You don't have it, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
It's like you're stuck behind a door and you're like two doors and you cannot pull them apart. You
right.
want
You
to after a while, but you can't.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the doors serve you well for a long time.
Yeah.
They serve you well.
But
But when you think
too long.
it's so hard to pull them apart
Yes.
so you
But
can step out of it.
yes. And I want people to think that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you can't blame yourself for anything, be it unalived or
Right.
just someone suddenly dying or whatever. It had nothing to do with you.
Right.
It's like I have said before, I could blame myself. I asked God why. God said, none of your business.
None of your business. Yeah.
Right. But I didn't pull the trigger.
Right.
Right. I didn't take that shotgun,
Right.
put it to his heart. I didn't do that.
Right.
So I can't take responsibility for that. I can say that, this, that, or the other happened in his childhood and I could have done this or that. No. Stop with
I'm sorry.
the what ifs. They'll destroy you.
Oh, they'll destroy you. And it's there's no what ifs. There's no don't put you can tell people don't put yourself through it. They will. That's part of it.
It is.
But and grief, I've always said grief lasts as long as it lasts. Just go, you know what I'm saying? But there'll come a point when it's time.
Yes.
I mean, it's obviously.
I knew it was time when I was so sick of hurting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that took about 3 years. And not having panic attacks every time I thought about him, you know,
Yeah.
and I think I said in chat, I still wait for him to walk through the
Sure.
front door in those combat boots, you know, going,
Yeah.
mom, you know, but
Yeah.
I still have, you know, it took me, like I said, 10 years to become quote unquote normal, define
Right.
normal.
Right. What is it that Queen Elizabeth, when Philip died, said that grief is what is it?
Oh,
Grief was the price you pay for loving someone.
for loving someone. Yes. Yeah,
And that's true.
it
I mean,
is.
you know, you can have grief of a lot of things. Sometimes it doesn't have to be a death. It could be a lot, you know, divorce or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I mean, grief is grief. Well, when I read that, I thought, well, that's actually, you know,
Very
yeah,
true.
it's the price you pay.
It is. And we could choose not to love again, but then who misses out?
Yeah, exactly. And if you, like I said, when you look around, there's more people that want to help you than that want to hurt you.
Yeah. Now there are
Again,
those that,
you don't trust them. You don't
yeah,
trust.
yeah.
Them.
But now there are those who really enjoy the narcissist who
Yes.
enjoys seeing your grief and just,
Yeah.
you know, sticks the knife in and twists it. And those are the people first thing my doctor said was eliminate all toxic people from your life.
Exactly. I mean, and two, when you do like what we're doing right now,
Right.
that's we're showing our vulnerabilities.
Yes.
That's our underbelly, our tender underbellies.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, I mean, I think all the time, actually, especially in this, it's important to do it because, like I said, some people we're literally sitting around going, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
And so to show like you showed yours and I've showed mine and or showed hers and people in chat have shared, being vulnerable sometimes is the best thing that you can do
Yes.
for yourself, for somebody else.
That's right. It's healing, and you don't know who you're going to help. You know, it's like I've said, I'm crazy, and I smile at, you know,
Hey, Rosewater.
at strangers and homeless people. Okay,
I do too.
but you don't know that person who's got that long face. That smile may have made a difference to that person that day.
Well, that's why when I do these stupid parodies, yeah, I know. And somebody will make a comment that it changed their whole day or
Oh yeah,
whatever. And I'm thinking, well, then that was worth me eating 75 items of food.
yes, yeah, exactly.
Quick
It does.
succession.
You know, after her
Yeah.
son, I said, forgive, ask forgiveness, know that life is short, move on from those who just can't get over it, and enjoy life, smile, make a difference.
That's what I was getting ready to say when I was talking about my grandmother. My grandmother that's 100
Mhm.
said to me, life isn't fair. She said this for a while. Life isn't fair, but it's still worth living.
Yes.
And she would you could go be with her and she would say, use the good towels,
Uh-huh.
use the good china,
Yes.
burn the expensive candle.
Yes.
Don't put it up.
No.
And she always says that. She always says that. Use the good towels, buy the good sheets, do
Yes.
whatever. Do it now because you're not ever going. It's not worth putting it up, and I mean that can even be your heart. It ain't worth putting it up.
Right.
Pull it out.
Yeah. I did that all the time after our son died.
Yeah, my grandmother is a great with that. She said, use the good towels, use the good sheets, use the good china, burn expensive candles.
That's
do
right.
it for you, even if you're the only one at home, do it. Doesn't matter.
Right. Do it because tomorrow may not come, and you can at least know that I pulled out the china and the crystal and silver, and I fed myself lunch yesterday.
Isn't it funny that works though?
It does.
She at 100, she can look back and she thinks about everything that she didn't use.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And she said, use it. Who cares? Use it. You can buy another one or whatever. And I'm like,
Yeah,
Um,
I did that a lot, and I still do. Although we just moved a couple of years ago, and I can't find China silver crystal. I don't. But if I find it, I will use it.
there you go. I'm just, yeah. It makes me laugh when she says it because
She's so right.
she's very right. She's very right. What the
Something
hell
to
you
be
saving
said
it
for
for?
wisdom.
Who gives a shit? And I was like, well, so I did have good sheets and good and expensive candles and nice towels and whatnot.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Where's my thing? Hold on. God bless America. Oh, here we go. This thing I was taking shots out of last night. This is my favorite vintage. One of my
Oh,
favorite
that's blue
vintage.
glass. What do you call
Yeah.
it? Depression glass.
Yep. And I love it. And I had it packed
Beautiful.
up. It's up in my thing. And last night I went and got it and washed it out. I said, you know what? We're going to enjoy this tonight because this has been sitting up in a cabinet for a year. And my grandma said, use it. So I'm going to use it.
Use it.
That's what I'm do.
Everybody in chat, if you don't have China crystal or silver, buy one glass of crystal, one plate of China, buy a silver spoon or whatever, and treat yourself, because who knows?
Go to Goodwill and get it.
Go to Goodwill, go to the thrift store.
Right? I mean, it's
Treat
something
yourself.
Absolutely freeing about that. I don't know why. It really, really is. Hey, Unibugs. It is something that is absolutely.
It's
well, because you're worth it. You're worth it, all of it. So just use it.
And women are the worst about not taking care of ourselves.
Oh,
and
yeah.
especially as a nurse, I feel like I'll take care of everybody else but me. But at the end of the day, that China, the crystal, the silver, whatever your thing is, do it.
It
The
makes
expensive makeup, you know?
That's why I'm gonna order my damn BoxyCharm again. God bless America. I am going to do that again. I'm going back on the list. Do it when I get off here. I deserve that $20 fucking box every month. To hell with this whole place.
That's right. I mean,
I'm doing it.
You know, you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars. You can spend, like I said, go somewhere. If you got a hankering for something, just go find it in a resale, whatever it is. You want that Chanel bag? Well, I know there's a thrift store somewhere that's some fool, you know.
Go to listen, my favorite thing going to the Goodwill. I got this shirt. It's a Torrid shirt. Torrid's for fat chicks.
Yes.
And it's very expensive. I got this at the Goodwill for $4.99.
There you go.
Made my day.
And how much was it originally? $400, $500?
40, at least 40 or 50 because it's denim.
Oh.
So I got
40 or 50. Yeah.
Thank you, JC or 731, who happens to be my husband. You upstairs, baby. I guess you are.
Right.
The Goodwill is everything. I love it. I buy my clothes from the Goodwill. I am a cheap ass girl. All right. I do it. I don't care. But I got a Torrid shirt on.
Well, I buy a lot of my stuff from Amazon, even though because I
love Amazon.
Scrubs in my job. I've had to wear, real people clothes, as I call them.
Yeah.
And you don't have to spend a fortune, and you still look awesome.
Last year, I bought 3 pairs of knockoff Converse. $20 a pair. Blue, white, sky blue, and dark pink. And let's see. Oh, I think if y'all remember, no, it was 2 years ago. And then that same time, I bought knockoff mirrored Ray-Bans.
There you go.
I loved them. And I still have all of it.
And I want everything on sale. I want everything.
Yeah. I'll get on Amazon, and if it was under 20, I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
And it felt great. And you know what? I still have every bit of that. In fact, my car has got this thing on the hood, not on the hood, on the dash that you push and it opens up, and it's for sunglasses.
Yeah.
Pop that thing, grab my mirrored ones out. Yes, ma'am. And away I went.
That's right.
My $9 Wayfair, whatever they are. I loved it.
I only buy drugstore makeup. I've been there and bought expensive lawn comb and all that stuff. You don't need that because
You don't need that.
the drugstore is less expensive and it's just as good.
Yeah.
So this is, women have to do something for themselves, even if they spend $5
Yeah.
on a nail polish or something.
Something. It doesn't take a lot.
No.
Me too, Miss Puddin'. I buy everything on sale. You ain't never goes. Let me see. The only thing I might even consider paying full price for is a new book. I would, and even then, I'll talk myself out of it, just because I can get it later. I've got if I could. Hold on.
What?
I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on. You'll see. I'm gonna show you. All right, y'all see that?
Yep.
Okay. I have probably read 50% of those books. So
Awesome.
if I can't afford a new book coming out,
Mhm.
right? I've got plenty to read until it goes on sale. And I do
Or the
mean
retail.
the
book.
Spare. That's the one I want. Prince Harry's Spare. I want that.
There you go. And if you go, we had a resale bookstore. What do you call it? The those books that people what's like a resale bookstore. And you go in and you can find all kinds of books that originally cost $20 or whatever, and find them for $1 or $2.
Well, it's Goodwill.
Yeah.
I'll go through the books. A lot of those I paid $1 for. So again, it doesn't take a whole lot. It doesn't take a whole lot. Even if it's just, you know what, tonight I'm gonna whip out the good sheets and put them on the bed.
There you go.
That's all you got. Or I'm gonna use the good towel, or like you did, the good china, the good whatever, the good glasses. And it makes the difference. It makes the difference.
It changes how you feel about that moment. And sometimes it's that moment that makes the difference.
Yeah. It'll get you by for a couple days sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you like Stephen King books, you need to go to Goodwill, because everyone he's ever written, there's 35 copies of them there.
Yeah, right. Stephen.
And that is what it is. Now, listen, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, go to the Goodwill people. My God, they should really sponsor me.
Yeah, really.
Did I read?
Really should.
I read what, baby? What did I not read? Hold on. Sarah said, did I read? Let me see. Are you reading up here? I'm not seeing it. Hold on. I went to a yard sale and a lady gave me a new Dooney and Burke purse. Listen. Oh, an Agner purse. That goes back into the day.
Anya, yes, I remember that growing up. Oh my God. Are they still around?
Yeah, in fact, I don't know if y'all have it. I have a belt. It used to be a Leggett's. I'm on the East Coast. And they still have an Agner like section. You remember back when the Agner coat blazer was the thing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. But my daughter loves the Dooney and Burke crap. I bought, talking about Amazon and paying something. I paid $50 for the pocketbook that I got now, and I've had it 3 years.
Thank you.
I got it off Amazon, and it's leather. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And I felt bad about it for a while, but I thought, the hell with that.
Mm-hmm.
We got ladies running around with $400 purses. I got a $50 one. Hey,
$4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the outlet, and then they had a big sale on it. So I got the bag and the and all that for like $100, and I still have it 7, 8, 10 years later.
There you go. Shauna, the Goodwill, that online, they make me so mad because it is exactly like eBay. I went in there into my local Goodwill about 5 or more, maybe 10 years ago, and I saw this dingy, horrible, huge footed vase, right? And it was from 1950 something, and it was like presented to a woman, and I can go get it, it's upstairs. And they had it on there for $2. It was sterling silver.
Oh,
I bought that bitch real quick.
And it's hard to get sterling silver versus silver plated.
Sarah, I'm all about I'm all about Harry and Meghan, and all this is gonna. This book is gonna be bad. His book gonna be bad. Prince Harry get ready to fuck his whole life up right now.
He already has. Get real.
I know he already has, and you know what? Damn it! I knew this was gonna happen.
Yep. He
But
married
I
her.
mean, whatever. I don't know. Well,
He-
that's a whole nother show.
That is a whole nother
show.
It is.
Well, all right. It's 6:01, so I've been going 2 hours. I want
I'm
to
gonna
thank
get
you for
down.
coming up here with me and sharing
Absolutely.
your
You
you know,
Yeah.
it's important. There's somebody we've helped today.
Yes, and we'll never know who it was.
No, we won't.
And that's
But I want to thank everybody. I want to thank y'all for coming in and sharing your stories. And I hope you got a little bit of hope out of this and faith. And I know we need to absolutely make this maybe because you know what, we'll make it a weekly thing. And I say that because the holidays are coming, and this is going to get harder and harder.
it is. It gets
And
hard.
so to give you an outlet and to give us all someplace we could just say horrible things. And, you know, I'm not saying horrible things, but just say, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
Yes.
And, well, Uni, I'm glad. And MJ, Ollie, everybody, really just thank you for showing up and sharing. I
And
appreciate
thank you,
it.
Shannon, for letting me up. I just stumbled across you because of Savage, and I don't remember how I found Savage. I love her to death. Crazy as I am, and Val. But
Yes.
thank you for having me up. I just love you to death, and I'll get through this together.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will.
All right, I'm leaving.
All right.
Care. God bless.
Guys, have a great night. All right. Go out there and do something for yourself. All right. I love you all. And I will see you. We'll do this again in a week or so. We'll do it like Friday, Saturday, whatever we go do. Let's do it next Friday. No, let's do it next Saturday. We'll just check in every week. We'll be the mental health club. How about that? The mental health club. We'll check in every week and we'll have a meeting. I love you guys too very much. And I will see you very soon, probably doing something stupid. I probably will. Love you.